Namaste, my friends. Today's yoga class, I used the 2 inch rule with my crown chakra, or just the top of my head. And what does that mean? So the 2 inch rule, or the 2 inch stretch, is you just imagine there's something 2 inches above your head, and you're trying to reach it, reach it like that. Like imagine there's something just 2 inches above and you reach it, whether it's with your hands, whether it's with your feet, whatever body part that you are stretching, or like that's the end point, the focus point. That's what you use the 2 inch rule to give it your all. And then it works really well because the 2 inch rule, you really believe you can do it and your whole body is engaged. Whereas if you try to, like, say, do it on the wall, like reach for the wall, it's sort of not as impactful and powerful. Um, and so today I started the 2 inch rule, just trying to see what the point of stretch is for every pose, or where it's being stretched, and just using that body part to do the 2 inches. And then just like 10 minutes into it, I was like, I'm just going to focus on my head, on the top of my head. And I'm going to do the 2 inch rule here and just always be stretching my head up, 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 up. So that was actually a very powerful visualization, a very powerful engagement of my brain and my mind. And what this did on the physical side, reaching with my head, because my head is connected to my spine, reaching up with my head or forward, mainly actually it was just upwards. And reaching upwards really elongated my spine and allowed it to be fully stretched out. And that allowed me to get into the poses much better, much better, and to have an easier time in the poses, and not feel like I'm overextending. So it's like I would be able to go past my regular zone, where I usually stop when I'm not doing this 2 inch with the top of my head. I would be able to go past my limit, and then passing that limit is more comfortable than I would be at my limit without the 2 inch rule on the top of my head. So on the physical side, it just really elongated the spine in a lot of poses. Um, you know, I, Basically all the poses, your spine is engaged, and depending, it might be passively engaged or actively engaged, but in either case, elongating and reaching, just focusing on the top of your head, reaching 2 inches up, is enough to change and transform the whole physical structure of everything, every muscle, everything. Indirectly, it affects everything, and you can feel that, and it engages so much more muscles and so much more of your body. And then the most beautiful part, beyond the physical, was the mental benefits of this. So first of all, having just one place to focus my mind on, to focus my awareness and my attention on for the whole hour. Yeah, I think I did it for like an hour and 10 minutes, whatever. Just having that mental focus point and this mental exertion of just always reaching in the top of my mind, the top of my crown, a couple inches up. This really allowed me to be laser sharp focused and to consistently be focused on the top of my head. And whenever I'd lose it, I'd already know, because like automatically I would slouch. The back of my spine would like go forward. So I could very much tell when I'm not focusing on that extension of the crown. Um, and then another aspect is that engagement with your intention and your will, that like just always constantly 100% of the time to always try to be reaching a couple inches above your crown with your crown, really just engaged my mind in such a way that I was tired halfway through. I was mentally exhausted and physically exhausted, but I still pushed through. I was like, you know what? I would rather die than stop reaching these 2 inches. I would rather die than stop reaching for these 2 inches. And this building of determination, this building of power, it was very much, just exaggerated, focusing on this focal point. And then, if you guys know, this is where the crown chakra is. This is the chakra of enlightenment, the seventh chakra. the chakra of the infinite connection to the universe. So it's a very powerful point to be focusing on, and then to do that consistently just made me go into myself, into my intuitive understanding of reality, and to really go beyond my regular experience of life and to enter a dimension which is beyond the physical dimension, beyond the experiential dimension, and it's a much deeper place from which experience is processed. you know there is the fundamental aspect of ourselves, which is the processor of experience. It's much deeper than experience itself, because it is what gives rise to experience. It's what creates our understanding of experience. And then beyond even that, there is the fabric of reality. There is the connection that allows us to exist in reality. And this connection is even deeper than the processing of experience, than the cultivation of experience, because it is what essentially connects us to reality. Sort of like gravity is holding us down to the earth, this connection is holding us into reality. It's the gravity of reality holding us. And then this is like the deepest aspect that you can reach. And this 2 inch at the crown chakra just allowed me to go so deep, so deep. And it is something that is very beneficial. And hopefully it can help y'all. And namaste, my good friends.